I want you to think of the person in the world that is most similar to you, a relative, a friend. And if you can't think of somebody that's similar, think of your favorite person. And now I want you to think of, even though this is the person you are most similar to, all the ways that you're different. And that is why we use at Locomotion what we call the prescriptive model. So when you come in and sit down with us, we sit down at an appointment that we call an athlete check-in, or the first one's called an all-aboard appointment. And we're doing 4 main things. Number 1 is taking a look at some hard data. So we have a machine here called an in-body scanner. You take off your shoes and socks, step on this thing, hold these handles, and it gives us a printout of weight, body fat percentage, muscle mass, where your muscle falls in your body, how much water you're carrying, basal metabolic rate, a whole bunch of useful data. Now, totally optional. We are big believers in eating to make your body feel good, not necessarily to eat to a standard to what society wants you to look like. So anyone that's got eating disorder history or body dysmorphia stuff, we just don't do that thing. Next piece is we're going to look at your workout data. So you log results here. Maybe it's the time it takes you to do something, the number of reps that you get, the weight that you're using. And I can sit down with you and say, hey, your strength has gone from here to here, but your cardio has only gone from here to here. What gives? Are you skipping out on the cardio days? Are you not recovering well enough, right? And we can just have a conversation around that. In order for me to tell you what you should be doing, which is what you pay a coaching business for. You're not paying for access to my classes. You are paying for a coach to solve your problem. But in order for me to do that, I have to have some data. I have to know where we're going. And I have to know subjectively how you're feeling and what's going on in your life. So that's the second component. We call it a 5 pillars check-in. So we operate under the 5 pillars of health. And this is my chance to check in on what's going on outside of the gym. It's great for us to preach all this stuff around mental health and recovery and meditation and mitigating stress. But if all you're doing is coming to classes, working out for an hour and leaving, how the heck am I going to know what's going on? So I'm going to ask you about your work life and how things are going at work and your relationship with your significant other. And if you have any kids, how that's going, any other big stressors in your life, any huge wins, promotions, upcoming wedding, whatever. All stuff that is important for what you should be doing for your physical body, because our body doesn't care if stress comes from work or it comes from home or it comes from a hard workout or it comes from running from a bear. All of it goes to the same place. So if I'm going to tell you what you should be doing in here, I need to know what's happening out there. All right, next piece is goal setting. So if you've ever heard of a SMART goal, that's what we use. Specific, measurable, attainable, relevant, and time-bound. In other words, instead of saying, I want to tone up, we're going to say, we want to lose 2% body fat by October 1st. As an example. So we have a very hard and fast, did we hit this target or did we not by this date? It's great to say I want to feel better or I want to tone up, but if that's not measurable, it's not going to be motivating to you because what gets measured gets managed. So we do some goal setting. Then in addition, we're going retroactive and looking forward. So if this is not your very first one, we're going to look back. What did you set for your goal? What were the action steps that we put in place? Did you do those action steps or did you not? Did you hit your goal or did you not? And just sort of help you work through that. Then we're going to project forward. What do we want to work on for the next 1 to 3 months? And this could be body composition related. So it could be body fat percentage, muscle mass, weight, or it could be performance related. I want to run a 5K in a certain time, get a pull up, get into a handstand. The possibilities are endless. And then again, we're going to set action steps to help you get to that target or to that goal. Then finally, the last piece is we write what we call a prescription. And your prescription is just like you go to the doctor and you tell him everything that's going on. And then what he does is give you medicine, usually to fix the problem. Well, we do the same thing, except our medicine is food and movement. And we have these little prescription pads all around the gym, just like you go to the doctor. And we're going to write down, okay, based on what we talked about today, based on your data, what's going on in your life, what your goal is, What I want you to do is come to a CrossFit class, a boot camp class, and a yoga class each week and work with Kayla, our registered dietitian. And that's exactly what you need to get where you're trying to go. Now let's fast forward 3 months and let's say your cardio has gone through the roof, but your strength is really still lacking. Okay, here's what we're going to do. I want you to do a personal training session, a semi-private session once a week, focusing on your strength. I want you to do 2 CrossFit classes each week. And I want you to continue to work with the registered dietitian to make sure you're getting enough protein to support the strength gain that we're after. And it goes on and on and on like that. And this is a discussion, right? So if you are the type that's like, no way, don't want to do CrossFit. Cool. We don't do CrossFit, right? This is not me standing on my high horse and dictating to you what needs to happen. This is a coaching conversation. And that means putting what you want first. It's my job to ask the questions and put together the plan that you want, just to help you. It's already in your brain. I just got to get it out. All right, guys, that is the prescriptive model. In a future video pretty soon here, I'm going to go with a specific example and sort of walk through that process with you. I hope that was helpful. My name's Jay Cohen. I'm the founder of Locomotion Fitness. I started this video asking you about the person that you are most similar to. And then I had you think about all those differences. So imagine now if you guys were doing the exact same program for your body. It's probably not going to work. And that's even with the most similar person in the world. Now imagine if it was somebody that was totally different from you. And yet gyms still try and push people into these cookie cutter shapes. All right, guys, I will see you next time.